Good evening, everyone present in the group. I thought of making this video to enlighten us on what we are going to be running through in the course of this 3 weeks intensive learning bootcamp, especially for the sake of the few persons that joined us recently, that joined the group recently, or the persons that were not part of the live class, free intro live class that we had a few days ago. Basically, this bootcamp is going to cover two major softwares in the construction field, and that is Protastructure for structural analysis and designs, and Revit architecture for 3D modeling and designs. These are two most important major softwares or major drawings that you must have before undergoing any construction project. Of course, before undergoing any construction project, you must have 4 drawings. One is the architectural drawing, the second is the structural drawing, the third is the electrical drawing, and the fourth is the mechanical drawing. But then in this bootcamp, we are going to be focusing on the two most important ones, and that is the structural drawings and the architectural drawings with Protastructure and Revit respectively. Now, if you are in this group, it tells me two things. Number one, it tells me that you are interested in learning any of these softwares or both. Number two, it also tells me that you are either in the construction field already or you are planning to go into the construction field. Yes. So if you are already in the construction field or you are planning to go into it, I would strongly advise and recommend that you have knowledge of how to create drawings. It is important. The importance cannot be overemphasized. Seriously. I'll give you an example. I came to Ibadan for a project. Ibadan is in the western part of Nigeria. For those of us that are not in Nigeria, Ibadan is just about 2 hours away from Lagos. So I came from Lagos to Ibadan for a project, right? In the course of that project, I encountered a friend of mine that is doing a project as well. So he called me up to come and check how far they have gone in their project. They had completed about 80% of the foundation works. It was a pad foundation that they were using, and the soil was very stable. So he was complaining actually that he has spent a lot of money in the foundation works already, more than he budgeted for. So I looked at the drawings, both the architectural and structural drawings, and I looked at what has been done, and I noticed that that particular project might have been over-designed from my observation, because the part sizes that they were using was really huge, and then the soil was very stable. It's very dry and strong. In fact, that soil is like rock. Yeah. So, but the sizes of the foundation that they were using was very high. So I told him that it would have been wise for him to actually redesign the structure before he started the project, because the person that designed it might have been an amateur, right? So to be on the safe side, it might just have been over designing. So this is just one of the importance. If the contractor that was working on that project actually have knowledge of these things, he might have advised the client to actually redesign that structure, and in one way or the other they might have ended up reducing cost. So having knowledge of building construction software not only helps you save costs, it can also help you make money. If you're a contractor, you can bid for design jobs and construction jobs together, so you are enlarging your portfolio as well. So the importance of it cannot be overemphasized. This is apart from the structural strengths that your knowledge of the softwares might end up that you might be able to apply in your construction works, right? It might not just be about the money. It might be your advice, your criticisms, your corrections on structural designs that you see, right? Now, there are two major objections that I know you might be having in terms of undergoing this training. One of which might be the time schedule, right? It's a live class where we all come together at a particular time to learn. I've thought about that and taken care of that, in that the live classes are going to be holding in the evenings after everyone might have come back from work, 7 p.m. Nigerian time or 6 p.m. Ghanaian time. So I believe by that time you might either have finished your work or might be planning to round up, right? So you can just switch and join the class and get along with us. So the classes are scheduled to be in the evening times. And additionally, if peradventure for any reason you are not able to attend a live class, of course you can go back to the video recordings, because all live sessions will be recorded and posted to everyone that are participating in the particular lecture. So you can always go back, refresh, maybe at midnight when you are free, or whenever, even after the 3 weeks has elapsed. So you can go through the video recordings and practice alongside. So the time factor has been considered and sorted out. Now, the next objection that you might be having is the financial factor, right? The training is 27,000 naira for Nigerians and 360 cedis for Ghanaians. Now, if you are considering the financial factor, I want you to consider the benefits that having knowledge of these softwares can give to you in 6 months' time, in 1 year time, in 2 years' time. Probably how you are going to be able to bid for jobs, design jobs, and get it. Personally, I don't do to design structural design of a duplex. Minimum I charge minimum is 50,000 naira. Minimum. That is if I'm considering the client. So persons charge as high as 100, 150, depending on the conditions of the design. So there's a lot that you can actually benefit that outweighs the price that you're going to be paying for this boot camp, right? The time sacrifice, the financial sacrifice that you're going to be making for this boot camp for this 3 weeks period is going to be far less than the benefits you're going to get in the long run. So consider the long run when you are considering the financial factor. I believe that when you consider the long-term benefits, you'll be able to come to the right conclusion that the financial price, or the price that you're going to be paying for this boot camp, is way lesser, right? So if you are not yet registered for the boot camp, you have 24 hours to do that, because the training is going to start tomorrow. Revit is kicking off tomorrow, and Protastructure is kicking off day after tomorrow. That is on Tuesday. So you have between now and tomorrow evening to make a commitment, and then plan your schedule, set out 3 weeks to learn this software and learn it very well, so that once you learn it, you know that you have learned it. It is now to continue flying with the knowledge, right? So I want to encourage you, get started. For those of us that are already purchased or that have already paid for the training, I believe most of us have already installed the softwares and are waiting for the commencement of the class. Well, congratulations already, and I'm going to see all of us in the opening ceremony tomorrow and that of Tuesday. Thank you very much.